You've never heard the story of Cain and Abel told like this. Get an ebook and the first 30 pages of the book Cain for free at canebook.com.
Guys, there is nothing more terrifying than when a Christian kid goes off the deep end. Anybody who grew up in church knows exactly who I'm talking about. Because there's always that kid who, let's say they think they're a lot cooler, edgier than they really are. See, the problem is they were a little sheltered growing up. Just a little bit, you know? Nothing bad, just a little bit. Dad, why can't I watch SpongeBob SquarePants, huh?
Son, how many times do I have to tell you? Nickelodeon is owned by Viacom. Viacom is a liberal corporation that hates Christians. We can't support them.
Right, which puts them in a very tough spot when it comes to interacting with their less sheltered friends.
Dude, we're gonna go watch some SpongeBob. You in?
I can't.
Why not?
I'm not allowed.
Why are you not? It's just a cartoon.
My dad says it's too liberal. And so now they're getting older and they want to rebel against their legalistic parents in the craziest way they know how. I think I'm going to watch a cartoon that my parents told me has a liberal agenda. See, this kid starts way over here on the sheltered side of the scale, but one day they snap and decide they're going to swing over to this side on the scale, except they actually land somewhere about like right here. But they don't know that. And that's where things get funny. I cannot believe I am watching SpongeBob SquarePants. I've never felt so alive. You'll notice that their clothing choices start to change. Out with the Forever 21 and in with the Hot Topic. Oh, and speaking of things that were cool several years ago, you'll find that the Christian kid who has, you know, gone off the deep end will enjoy referencing pop culture items that were popular a few years ago. As if they're just now discovering them, because they are, actually.
I just read Twilight, and there were, like, real love scenes. It was awesome.
I thought that your mom, you know, like, didn't really want you guys reading those.
So what? If I want to read a beautiful love story, then I'm gonna read a beautiful love story.
They might even really go off the deep end and start doing things that were never cool and will never be cool.
I think Jesus would have vaped.
Okay. And of course, swearing is a must. But like, really awkward swearing. It just, they sound like they're trying way too hard.
I cuss a lot now. Like, I'll say and I don't even care. I saw a movie yesterday that said 11 times. I don't even care.
And obviously, their parents' politics are awful, so the other side of the coin must be the right answer, right?
I grew up in a very staunch conservative home. There was no room for nuance. They didn't understand that all Republicans are evil and that Democrats are just doing the best job that they can.
When you really break these kids down, what you find is one common factor. They really want you to know how rebellious they are. The problem is, all they know to rebel against are these rigid standards that most people, most Christians even, don't adhere to. So they're out there like, oh yeah, look at me, I'm so bad, I just dyed my hair. And the rest of us are like, oh, okay, good for you, I don't care. Nobody cares.
I just started reading Harry Potter, so.
Cool. And look, I get it. You weren't allowed to do some stuff when you were younger, so naturally when you get older, you're gonna want to do some of the things that you couldn't do. So on one hand, it's funny to watch these Christian kids act out, but on the other hand, it's kind of sad because they don't know the difference between a dumb idea and a bad one.
My parents don't like my boyfriend because he has a tattoo, but like, I don't even care.
No, your parents don't like your boyfriend because he's 19 and you're 15. It's illegal.
Age is just a number.
See, to them, they had this moment of enlightenment where they think, everything that happened to me in my life before this moment was horrible. And so they have to reinvent themselves. But their only foundation is a bunch of stuff they don't want to be, so they just become a very negative environment to be around.
Come on, let's just go sneak into the pool.
I don't think that's a very good idea.
What, are you afraid that your parents are gonna find out?
Actually, yeah, I am.
Parents are just a social construct.
I don't know about all that. I just don't want to get in trouble.
So who is to blame when these Christian kids go off the deep end, huh? Whose fault is it? The kids? The parents? God? It's a tough call. I mean, if I blame the kids, then I'm letting the parents off the hook for their embarrassing offspring. But if I blame the parents, I'm basically telling the kids they're not responsible for their stupid decisions. Tough call.
What happened to you, honey? We used to be a nice Christian family. We used to have so much in common.
Well, Dad, sorry that my realness is just a disappointment to you.
Do you think that you could just tone down the realness a little bit, at least when we're at church? You're embarrassing me in front of my friends. They're gonna find out that my life is a nightmare.
Well, my life is a nightmare too because of you, so at least we have that in common. Oh, I'm gonna go get my belly button pierced now. Bye.
The mother and the father.
Stay tuned for a scene from our next episode.
Guys, you've heard the story of Cain and Abel, but you've never heard it like this. This book, Cain, is really good. It's written by our friend Brennan McPherson, and it's super interesting and intense because it fills the details about what it would have been like to be there for the world's first murder, as well as the aftermath. So on one hand, it's a faithful retelling of the story of Cain and Abel, but on the other hand, it's a fantasy novel, which I think is really cool. Our friend Brennan is offering to give you the prequel ebook Adam for free. All you have to do is go to canebook.com. You'll even get the first 30 pages of this book, Cain, for free. So just head over to canebook.com, support our buddy Brennan, and get yourself some sweet free stuff. Next week on Messy Mondays, Big Head Kid goes off the deep end.
Sup, Dad? How you like my goth outfit, dude?
Okay, look, son, I'm way out of the loop, but even I can tell you that this is not cool in any universe.
Okay, Dad, tell you what. I'll take fashion advice from you when... Okay, you don't understand my crew. You don't understand me. So, I'm gonna leave Bill, okay? Peace out, bro.